What's your car payment and what do you drive?
$2,600 a month, and I drive my high country Silverado when I'm not driving my M4.
Yeah, welcome back into the channel, Rockstars, and I think today is a good day to talk about people and their car payments. The struggle that is going on is real, and the ultimate end game of this is that a lot of people have car payments that they can't afford. Car payments and car debt are at an all-time high, and people paying over $1,000 for their car payment is also at an all-time high. Let's take a look at some of these folks and some of their car payments and what they pay. And you have to remember, many of these people, especially if they purchased recently, probably have 7, 8, 9% interest rates and are having a real struggle to afford these. Also at an all-time high is repossessions. Also, a little bit further into the video, I will talk about my 3 car payments. I do have 3. I have 2 vehicles here, and I also have a car payment that I pay for my dad to have a truck. And we'll discuss those a little bit further in the video. Let's check out some of these car payments and why a lot of people are struggling to keep up, especially with all the other expenses that people are having. And we'll talk about it down in the comment section below as well. I know a lot of you have 0 payments. That's awesome. It's just a part of my life. I've had payments for 20 years, and I probably always will have payments because I enjoy vehicles and cars and new cars and upgrading. And I just love my cars, and I don't care about jewelry and fancy clothes and all sorts of stuff. Also, a lot of people are going to say they're a depreciating asset. Listen, when I buy cars, I know they're going to lose value. Even though I buy my cars used, and 2 of my 3 cars have positive equity in them, I buy correctly. I don't buy brand new and lose all that value. So I'm not buying them as an asset. I'm not investing in my cars. I know they're not going to go up in value. That's not the point. I buy them because I have the free cash flow and capital and disposable income to afford them. Not because I'm hoping they go up in value and that losing value is going to crush me, because I don't have any intention of selling them until they're worth what I paid for them and I'm not upside down anymore. Let's check out the payments, and we'll talk about my payments in particular a little bit further into the video.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
$2,600 a month, and I drive my high country Silverado when I'm not driving my M4.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
My car payment is $835 and I drive a 2023 Corvette.
What's the highest payment you've ever seen?
$1,784.
Demetrius, what's the highest payment you've ever seen?
Oh, like 2,100.
Sheesh. Roy, what's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
It was $1,958.
Jesus. Leslie, what's the highest payment you've seen?
$1,400.
Hey guys, what's the highest payment y'all have ever seen?
$2,435.
March?
3,200.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Bailey,
Yes.
what's the highest car payment you've seen?
I wouldn't have a clue because I'm marketing manager.
Patrick,
Third,
what's the highest payment you've seen?
highest payment I've seen, probably like $1,800, $1,900.
Raul, what's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
2,500 and you can be next.
So they take a lot of pride in that, like, high payments they've seen on customers, and it's pretty shocking. I know a lot of people watching this video probably like, wow, 18, 19, 2,100. Some of these payments get up there, but it doesn't take long. So I have 3 car payments. I told you I'd mention them here. I have a truck payment I bought for my dad. That truck was in the low 40,000s. It was like $41,000, $42,000. So if you do the math, I'll screenshot a monthly payment up here on a $43,000 truck at 4.99% interest, which is a good interest rate, 4.99 at the time on a used vehicle. Remember, brand new, you'll get better. With no trade-in, I didn't trade anything. I just walked in, bought it, no trade-in, no nothing, no down payment, and had to pay the title, new tag, registration, all that. The payment, it shows on this one, $905.79. I think I pay like $899 for that truck. So that's kind of a high payment, especially considering I'm paying it for somebody else. But for me, that's just an everyday normal payment. I've been used to those payments for a long time. We have a 2024 Santa Fe Calligraphy. The base model on that one is 40 grand, but we got it calligraphy with the rims and the package and everything else decked out and all the upgrades. And so it was closer to 50,000. And so if you change my calculator screen that you just saw over on the other one, you can see that the new one on that, it is a little over $1,000. So that's the SUV. So that's $1,900 that I pay for those 2 together. And then my car is the 2020 BMW i8 Roadster convertible. Of course, that's a supercar. That's an exotic car. So it doesn't really compute for me to put all that in there for you guys. But I paid $109,000 for that. It was originally $170,000. I bought it from a doctor who just got rid of it. So he took all the negative equity. My cars, both my truck and my car have positive equity. The SUV we just got, so we are of course upside down on that a little bit. But I only pay 3.95% on the Beamer, and that Beamer is somewhere around, I believe. So I had no taxes or nothing on that. I did a change of title on that one, and I think I put down like maybe $5,000 on that one. And so if you go over to the payments, I'll show it to you on the screen. It calculates it up at a $1,721. It's actually $1,659, I believe, is what I pay every month on that one. So those are my payments: $1,659, $900, and a little over $1,000. So together, it's $19 plus $1,650. So what? $29, $35.50 is what I pay monthly on 3 cars. It's just a cost of business for me, a cost of life. I've always paid payments. We've always had 2 cars, paying for my dad. You know, it's something new for me over the last couple of years, but it's just something I do. I don't do jewelry or clothes or any of that stuff. I just love my cars, and that's just my choice of what to spend my money on, and it's just one bill that just goes out of the account every month. My business expenses, things like that. And in fact, before I had these cars, I actually had the older i8, the original one, which I did buy practically brand new. That payment at one time was $2,552 because I bought that one and paid like $150,000 for that car. So I have had some big car payments. Maybe it's a mistake. Down the road, I'll think it was a mistake, but right now I love the cars. I pay for them. The business pays for one, and it's just something I do in my life, and I'm in a position to do it. I'm thankful for that. But if, you know, things got rough and things got tight, I could get rid of one of them, or even 2 of them if I had to, because we don't really go anywhere. So it's a part of life where if it got to be too overwhelming, I have a solution. I have a plan for them.
What kind of car do you drive, and what's your monthly payment?
Oh, hi. So I drive a 2025 Hummer, all fully electric. My payment for that is $1,600. But I also drive a 2024 Prologue Touring, and the payment for that is $255. So take advantage of the rebates and incentives that the Prologue has to offer.
What has she got the $1,600 Hummer for if she has a $255 SUV? That's just a flex, and it's, again, somebody who enjoys their vehicles. She can afford it, and good for her, right? $1,600, I know that payment.
I drive an 03 CRV. It's got 180,000, and I don't have a monthly payment.
I have a Civic Type R, no monthly payment, 0.
I drive a 2022 Honda Civic, and then my monthly payment is $460.
Can you imagine driving a car, a Honda Civic? No offense to Honda Civics, but they're really supposed to be cheaper, and it's almost $500 a month. Pretty nuts.
I got a BMW 340, $1,324 a month.
Ouch. A base model BMW 3 Series that's over $1,300 a month, and I'm driving an i8 that is $1,600, and it's not a base 3. Pretty crazy how he ended up with $1,300. I imagine he's got a very high interest rate and probably had a lot of negative equity in a previous car, and that's why his payment is so high. A lot of people forget about that. When you roll negative equity into these cars, you can end up, even if you've only got $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, you can bump that payment up by $200-$300 quick with some negative equity.
Eat nothing but sandwiches every day, all day.
I have a 2025 Civic Hybrid, and I pay $440 a month.
2023 Audi A5, and my payment is $840.
What car do you drive, and how much do you pay a month?
I drive a 2020 Jeep Wrangler, and I pay $659 with 83 cents.
What car do you drive, and how much do you pay a month?
$511, and it's a 2020 GMC Sierra.
What car do you drive, and how much do you pay a month?
I drive a Ram 3500, and it's paid off.
You can see the mechanic of the shop. He paid his off, right? Like, it's always those guys that pay it off. They know better.
What car do you drive, and how much do you pay a month?
I drive a 2014 Ford Escape, and I pay $374.
What car do you drive, and how much do you pay a month?
I drive a 21 Ford Ranger, and I pay $550.
What car do you drive, and how much do you pay a month?
I drive a 2014 Nissan Titan, and I already paid it off, so 0.
What car do you drive, and how much do you pay a month?
Elantra M, $555.
Yeah, we're talking about Nissan Elantras and Honda Civics being $500 to $600 a month, and even small SUVs being $600 and $700. The old car payments people used to pay at $200 and $300, and now the average car payment in this country is like $700-800 on a used car. It's pretty nuts. The prices of cars gone up, the interest rates have gone up, and just the amount of money that it costs to afford these cars. Used to be able to walk into a good dealership. You know, when I moved here to Florida and I was 20, I bought, I think I bought it when I was 21, an Audi Quattro TT. So this would have been like 2007, 8, maybe like 08, 09. And I bought a 2005. It was only like 3 or 4 years old. Audi Quattro TT, and I think the car was like $12,000. It had like 30,000 miles on it maybe. And I paid like 12 grand for this car, and I put 2,000 down on it, a $10,000 payment, and the payment was like $305, right? And then a few years later, like 2 years later, I bought a Hummer. I had an H3 Sport, and I paid like 20,000 for that, like 20,500, and I put 1,000 or 2 down on that, and I financed like 19 grand all said and done, and that payment was only like 405, right? Now, come along, you get those payments, you're talking about 600, 700, 800 bucks. So I think the point here is that these car payments are so outrageous, and everyone's going to have an opinion in the comments, and it's fine, it's great. Everybody does, you know, things differently. Everyone's in a different financial position, but a lot of people are getting trapped in these payments that they can't afford. They're not in a situation like some of these folks that can just pay whatever you want for a car payment. You know, for me, it's just always been a thing that I pay car payments. I always buy newer-ish cars that have warranties. I keep them till the warranties blow out in 5 or 6 years, and then I get a new car. So I'm always, you know, rotating these car payments. I try to make sure that I have some form of positive equity to put towards it. But I'm financing, you know, I might put down $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a $50,000, $60,000 car. I'm financing these prices, and payments to me are just a part of life. Like, it's just something I've always done, and I generate the cash flow and the revenue to pay it. But for a lot of people who are on a fixed paycheck, like, you know, they make 800 bucks a week, and they're getting, you know, paychecks of 3,200 for the whole month, and their car is 600, 700, 800 bucks, 20, 25% of their income. That's really tough to do. You know, I talk about having $3,500 in car payments, and people are like, oh, your car payment should be 10% or less of your total income. So for me to justify it, I should be making 30,000 or more, or 35,000 in income and revenue. And, you know, there's a lot of months, there's some months I don't do that, but there's a lot of months that I'm well over that. And so it all evens out. You know, for me to afford what I'm affording, it has to be one set of numbers. And for somebody who is affording a $700 car payment, well, that's $8,400 a year. They should be making $84,000 a year, but they're actually only somebody who maybe makes 60. It just, the math doesn't math on a lot of this stuff. So I don't know where you guys fall in these, you know, 0 car payments or 300 car payments. I know a lot of people will go in and buy a $30,000 car, and they'll save up, and they'll take their old car and get a couple thousand in trade-in. They'll put 5,000 in cash, and they'll put 10 grand down on a 30 grand car. I think that's a huge mistake. Keep your cash. Your cash is worth way more than paying off that interest rate, trust me, depending on your interest rate, of course. But always cash is king. So that's my story. That's the car payment story, America, and its biggest credit and car loan debt ever, highest repossessions ever. It's spiraling out of control along with the rest of the economy, and people are somewhat blame themselves and somewhat to blame on the car industry and the interest rates and the banks and a lot of predatory loans and salespeople who want to pay their car payments. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for checking into the video. Make sure you check out the description box. It has a lot of great links, including our new listing service if you want to check that video out and sign up for the new listing service to make some extra money so you can make sure you can always afford your car payment. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And sorry for the 2 in the background if they interrupted any parts of these videos. I know you guys love seeing them, but they can be loud. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.